On today's video, we're going to talk about things that you need to know before moving to Florida. Every day, almost 1,000 people over the last 2 years have been moving to Florida. Ever since we had the COVID shutdown last year in March, we have had a lot of people coming to this warmer climate state quicker than I think any time in the past. People love the freedom that we have here, people love the beaches that we have here, and most people even like the weather that we have here. So with all of those things happening and going on here, we've had a large entrance into our great state of Florida. So I want to tell you some things that you need to know before moving here. Number one thing you need to know is that we have a lot of old people. And what I mean by old people is people that are retired. So if you're looking to move to a state where it's young and hip everywhere, this may not be the place for you. Now, there are young and hip places around Florida, some of the larger cities like Miami, Tampa, Jacksonville. There are some good places where it is hip, but for a good portion of our state, we have a lot of retired people here. Number two thing you need to be aware of is we have more than just alligators here. Now, Florida's a great state because it is warm, which attracts a lot of animals. Now, let's talk about a few things that we have here in Florida. Now, we have panthers here in Florida, but you don't see them very often. And if you do, you're considered actually lucky to see some Florida panthers. But you don't have to be too concerned about those because there's not very many attacks here in Florida. Now, we do have black bears as well, too. Where I'm at here down in the Naples area, we have a lot of black bears as we get into some of the rural parts of the county. We have black bears, but again, the danger of those attacking you are pretty low. We have a lot of wildlife here. We have snakes. We have a lot of things in the water like manatees. So be aware of the different type of animals that we do have around here. If you love animals, you're going to love Florida. Number three, South Florida and North Florida are completely different when it comes to weather. Now, here's the thing. I lived in North Florida right on the Georgia border line for about 5 years. And one year, our pipes froze outside from our well. It got into the teens. Now, I know for some of you who are up north, you're thinking the teens, that's nothing. But for a Floridian, that's much different. Now, down here in South Florida, I think it snowed about 43 years ago one time. I think it was a little dust of snow, but it rarely hits 32 degrees down here in Naples, Florida. Number four, you might want to brush up on hurricane safety. Now, here's the deal. You're always aware of hurricane season. Yes, we have a season for hurricanes here in Florida when that rolls around because everybody on TV talks about it. There's free publications on how to prepare for hurricane season in all of the grocery stores, and it's easy to know what to do. Now, before you move down here, you may want to brush up on a little bit of that in regards to different insurances that you may need for your home, different flood zones that you may want to watch out for, and things like that so that you can prepare a little ahead of time for hurricane season. Number five, Florida's a swing state. Now, I may not be meaning what you think I'm meaning there. I'm talking about politics. Florida can swing quite a bit each year, and the way Florida goes, similar to Ohio and some other states, is usually how the country goes. So your vote really does matter here in the great state of Florida. Number six, tourists are a way of life here in Florida. Here's the deal. We have a lot of popular areas for people to visit for short times. Some people come down for a couple days, a couple weeks, and a couple months. One of the most popular places for people to visit here in Florida is Orlando. They love this little place where a mouse is very popular called Disney World. They love that area. It's got a lot of great parks, and so we have a lot of tourists that visit that area. Now, even though I'm not in the Orlando area, about 3 hours away from there, we have a lot of tourists that visit Southwest Florida because they come again for the beaches and the weather. Number seven, Disney's a place to visit. If you've never been there and you're moving to Florida, you definitely should put it on your radar to visit within the next year to two. It's a great place to visit, even though there's a lot of tourists. Now, there's a lot of other great places to visit as well, too. Daytona's a great place on the East Coast, and I can go on and on about different locations. So be aware of your different options because if you're not flying and all you're doing is driving to different vacation spots, Florida's got quite a few cool places that you can visit. Next one is if you like baseball, you're gonna love Florida. Here's why. We have a lot of spring training teams that come down here and visit. Here in Fort Myers, we have 2 teams that come down and practice before the year begins. And I know we have some, I think, up in Sarasota and also up a little bit farther north of there and also on the East Coast. So you get to see these major league teams play at a small venue. It's really cool. You can get up close and personal with all the players. It's a great thing to have here in Florida. So if you like baseball and you love spring training, this is the place to be. Next one, Florida is a golf state. People love to golf here. You can golf all year round. Now, here's the deal with golfing. I've gotten back into that recently because got a couple people from church who have been inviting me. So, I got to go. Here's the deal with golfing. It's cheap in the summer. It's expensive in the winter. You pretty much can double your price in regards to your tee time cost if you're going to go golfing in November, December, January, February, March, and April. Now, when you hit the summer months, there's a little bit of a discount, usually about half the price. And there's also some options online where you can find a discounted tee time from time to time, but not typically in the winter months. Next one, sinkholes. They're happening around here. Now, we don't have too many here in Southwest Florida. I haven't seen any here on any of the homes or properties that I've sold, but as you move a little bit more inland, there are sinkholes in Florida. So when you're moving here, check with your real estate agent to see if the likelihood of having a sinkhole in your backyard or one that swallows up your entire home is a probability. Last one, Florida taxes are low. Now, I'm not a CPA and I'm not a tax expert, but I do have one that I've hired and I've used for quite some time. And he continues to tell me our taxes here in Florida are low compared to the rest of the US. Now, being in real estate, I do understand the real estate taxes, and I've seen that those are pretty low. I've got a friend that lives up in the New Jersey area, and for a home that's about half the size of mine here in Florida, he pays almost 3 times in property taxes of what I pay here. That is crazy. So taxes low in Florida. Hey, thanks for watching this video today. So glad you did. If you have a second, click the like and subscribe button below. And also just stay here for just another second because another video is going to pop up somewhere. Watch that. We'll give you more information here on the great state of Florida.